Happy Saturday, friends. Yes, I'm in a button-up shirt that can only mean one thing. Today is Meet the Candidates at the Garcelon Civic Center. I am so excited. All the mayoral candidates are going to be there to present their vision, answer questions. All the councillor candidates are going to be there as well. And I hope to see you there. If you are the kind of person who wants to meet us, hear what we have to say, see how we think on our feet, then today is definitely the day to check that out. Now, this is probably going to be a shorter video, so you are going to see that I am capable indeed of making short videos. Not going to dig into council meeting recap. That's kind of what we're in the middle of. From last Wednesday. Yesterday, I talked about the airport master plan. I may touch on that today. But of course, I will be speaking for probably 20-ish minutes when you put it all together about a lot of things. So today's video is kind of in person. Technically, it's this video. But if you're not sure what to expect at Meet the Candidates, or if you can attend, or even if you can't and you want to watch the replay, which will be on the CHCO YouTube page, it'll also be broadcast on, I've heard, the 29th. It's not going to be broadcast live, but here's the format. So the event will start off with all of the councillor candidates just presenting a 2-minute speech presentation on why they're running, what they're passionate about, and that kind of thing. So you definitely want to hear what the councillors have to say about the issues that are most important to them and why they are running. And after every councillor candidate has a chance to present, then it will kind of switch up and the mayoral candidates will all be kind of put on the firing line. We do not know what questions will be asked, but we are allowed to give 2 minutes as an opening statement. Then we will be asked a series of questions that came from the community sent in to Vicky Hogarth and CHCO, and we will be given 2 minutes each to answer those questions. And I have prepared statements for 15 possible questions. I think we might get anywhere between 7, 8, 9, 10, 6, 7, somewhere. I think it'll be like 7 at least, maybe 10. But Vicky and Natalie, I believe, if she's there, will ultimately decide. Here's kind of some of the, we just have to think about what are the top issues, what we think are top of mind for voters. And so I have prepared statements on active transportation and how we make sure that what we are building is smart and why it makes sense. I've prepared a statement in response for a question about our trust issue, governance, the CAO versus council versus staff model that I've talked about in many of my videos. I'm going to talk about the businesses, the business entities. You've heard me talk a lot about that here, how I want to coordinate a plan to get our businesses working together in step with the municipality. I've prepared a statement on homelessness and housing first and why bridge housing is the solution I'll work on with council in St. Stephen. Then I've got a prepared statement on just housing in general, why that's crucial, the housing loop, and why we need to make sure we have more housing in St. Stephen as kind of the linchpin of everything good that follows. I have another statement now on infrastructure, water, roads. I have a fun formula that I'll be rolling out about kind of how we figure out our net financial position, the municipal accounting formula. So stay tuned for that if you can make it. Leadership next, and what qualifies me, what my leadership style will be of your council. Another statement on provincial services, which ones we need most urgently and how we get them. Then the urban and rural divide, as I've knocked doors in the urban and the rural. What do we need? What do we need to consider? And how do we live together? And what does a council need to consider, especially in the rural area, and how that fits in with our M4 municipal plan, and what is paid for, the tax rates, the mill rates, all that kind of thing. So I'll unpack that as well. Safety, public safety, the feeling of safety, what we can do about safety in our downtown especially is another statement that I've prepared. Seniors, what makes this community great for seniors, what we need to do, what we need to maintain and preserve and continue to even develop so that this is a great community for seniors. Taxes, how taxes work, tax rate, what kind of tax reforms would be helpful? Property tax, it's the strain on assessments, that kind of thing. That's another statement I'm prepared. tourism, what are our best features? What do we need to be focused on and working on? And how does that develop and bring money to St. Stephen specifically? I want to talk about that. And then kind of civility and communication and how I'll be a voice for all as mayor and provide a venue and opportunities for residents to share what they need to say, what they're worried about, what they're passionate about. A good mayor will allow that kind of communication and allow for constructive feedback without being defensive. So I want to talk about that. And then finally, youth and families and recreation programs and how those are not just extras. Those are actually the lifeblood of a community. They were crucial in me moving here with my young family. And so exactly what we need to maintain and how we need to prioritize that as well. Okay, so that's like the 15. I have no idea what's going to be asked. I have no idea if I will answer specifically what Vicky says or just kind of answer what I think and you need to know. And so it's going to be an interesting time for sure. That is the challenge. The biggest challenge of this is preparing, but then not knowing what's going to be asked. It makes it a lot of fun. It's kind of like a game show, especially when you only have 2 minutes to answer. So I hope to see you there. Again, if you can't make it today live, it will be broadcast later on CHCO, on YouTube, or on the TV channel. And then, of course, I look forward to tomorrow getting back to, very likely, although things happen that interrupt us, back to regular council meeting updates with the agenda from last Wednesday and how decisions were made. All of this is modeling the kind of mayoral candidate I intend to be if you elect me and give me the chance to be your mayor. So this is a record short video because I'm literally dressed, ready to go out the door to meet all of you at Meet the Candidates. It's at 3 p.m. today at the Garcelon Civic Center. Hope to see you there. If not, I'll see you back here tomorrow. buildupststephen.ca, that's my website, where you can read about my priorities, my commitments, and the action plan. A lot of the stuff I'll talk about more today in detail. Build up yourself and take care of yourself today. It's a beautiful day. Take care of your neighbor as always. And let's build up St. Stephen together. Have a great day. Cheers.